Yassou, friends and neighbors, and thank you for checking into another exciting Mist Roundup. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, because today we're going to be taking a look at a slightly more educational and investigative form of vaping, which is currently skyrocketing in popularity. I am, of course, speaking of CBD. Now, what is CBD? Well, if you've been hiding under a particularly large rock, you might not know about this, but let's give you a quick primer. CBD 101. CBD is a 100% legal extract taken from the cannabis plant. Now, cannabis is, of course, a scheduled substance in many territories. However, CBD is often considered to be completely legal, as long as its extraction and retailing follows the various government regulations that cover a scheduled substance. There are many people who believe that CBD can be used to treat a number of inflammatory issues in the human body, such as muscular pains, joint aches, and some say sleep issues, appetite stimulation, and anxiety quelling. Now, of course, research is still ongoing, and we do not purport to be medical experts, so we do advise that you speak to your GP if you're interested in using CBD for your specific circumstance or personal ailments. However, CBD vaping has been skyrocketing in popularity in previous years. Ordinarily, when people take CBD, it is usually in the form of a tincture oil. Sometimes you can even get lotions, pills, anything. But you will find that when trying to ingest CBD, it first has to make its way through the labyrinth that is the human digestive system, which can lead to a delayed onset of effect. It can lead to a dosage being strong one day and weak the other day, depending on what you've eaten and when and how you've timed things and if you've forgotten things. So a lot of people are enjoying the immediate onset of effect that comes from vaping CBD. So today, we're going to take a look at a few different aspects of CBD vaping and showcase to you some really good products for those of you who are looking to start CBD vaping but just don't know where to be looking. So, without further ado, let's jump in to the Mist CBD Roundup. First up, let's talk about CBD vape juice, by which I mean the pre-mixed CBD vape juices that you can just buy straight off the shelf or online and just start using without any personal home preparation. A CBD vape juice, in terms of composition, is almost identical to a regular vape juice. It's pretty much a mix of VG, vegetable glycerin, PG, propylene glycol, and then instead of a nicotine solution, they add a CBD extract to it. Now, CBD vape juices can come in a variety of different styles. You will find that some of them are flavored like an ordinary vape juice. It'll have flavors like blueberry, raspberry sorbet, puddings, that kind of thing. These are really good for people who would like to be vaping CBD while out on the go or in a public setting, but appreciate the smell of weed is not necessarily appropriate for Nan's wake. But for those of you who aren't too concerned about the smell of weed, you can also get CBDs which are flavored with the actual terpenes of the cannabis plant. The terpenes contain a lot of the flavoring of the mother plant, and those of you who have a, let's say, illicit understanding of certain strains of weed will appreciate that different weeds have different flavors. So, for instance, we have here Orange County's Pineapple Express CBD vape liquid, a 50ml bottle of 1,500 milligram CBD vape juice, which is flavored with the actual terpenes of the Pineapple Express cannabis strain. Again, I must stress, 100% legal. Using the Orange County Pineapple Express CBD vape liquid, you don't have to do any extra work. You just need to get a hold of your vaping device, pour this straight in the way you would any other e-liquid, and just start puffing away. And you will immediately find that the onset of effect happens straight away. Don't worry, CBD has all of the psychoactive aspects taken out. You're not going to get high, you're not going to get paranoid, you're not going to have strange intrusive thoughts or any of the usual negative associations people have with cannabis. All it's going to give you is the physical, anti-inflammatory, relaxing conditions. So this is a really great way for people who already have a vape and want to look into CBD vaping to give it a shot. Next up, let's talk about CBD booster shots. booster shots allow you to transform any pre-mixed regular e-liquid or any homebrew e-liquid that you yourself are whipping up into a CBD enhanced e-liquid, and it's a very simple process. All you need to do is get one of these, a 10ml bottle of flavorless CBD booster shot. This particular one is from Orange County once again, 1,000 milligram strength in a 10ml bottle. You might remember the previous one we mentioned was 1,500 ml, which might make you think this is stronger, but remember, you got liquid ratios to think about here. This is 1,500 mixed between 50 milliliters. This is 1,000 milligram mixed in 10 milliliters. So this is significantly stronger. Think about this as an undiluted orange squash from Orange County, but it's not orange squash, it's cannabis e-liquid. So, using a CBD booster shot, all you need to do is add a few droplets, and I mean droplets, to your tank or your bottle of e-liquid at home, give them a little shake, and it is instantly a CBD e-liquid. Now, we've talked about CBD e-liquid and CBD booster shots, but both of those are completely useless to you if you don't have a vaping device to puff them through. So we're going to take a look at a really good device that you can use for CBD. A really good example would be the Innokin T22 Pro, which, if you've been following our channel, you'll know we're a big fan of this one, but something you won't have seen yet is this really nice new rainbow one they've got out. Sorry, just take a look at that gloss. That's so nice. Anyway, something that you're going to want to avoid if you're looking for a device to use CBD e-liquid from is a sub-ohm kit. Don't get a sub-ohm kit. Sub-ohm kits, as you may already know, are vapes that take coils that have an ohmage of less than 0.8 or 1.0. That's a device designed to kick out a huge plume of vapor, which is very fun and very relieving if you're looking for a nicotine hit. However, something you're going to notice is CBD vapes are generally a little pricier than most traditional e-liquids, and if you're using a CBD vape liquid in a sub-ohming kit, you're gonna lose some of your dose in that big cloud. It's a slightly wasteful way for you to be vaping CBD. Now, there are people who still do it, and we absolutely support them in that. But if you're looking for the best advice, what we would say is a kit like this one. What we call an MTL, mouth to lung, kit. Has a very small amount of wattage output. This one only goes between 9.5 to 13.5 watts, so you're not gonna get huge, vast clouds wasting your liquids. It's got a really nice battery to it, 3,000 milliamp, which, considering the wattage range, that's often gonna last 2, 3, sometimes 4 days without you needing to plug it in. If you're looking for a CBD device, you don't need it to have a huge battery because you're just gonna be going to it now and then across the day. For a few intermittent puffs, at times when you can feel your issue is starting to flare up and you just want something to nip that in the bud. So you can definitely be looking at devices that have batteries as low as 500-600 milliamp, because you're still going to find that's going to give you a full day worth of CBD dosage. However, we're today recommending the Innokin T22 Pro because it's just a fantastic kit, great battery, incredibly user-friendly, super simple to refill, the coils are everywhere. It's just a very user-friendly kit that you're just gonna find is a joy to use. So once you've got this in your hand, you are CBD ready. But of course, there are gonna be people out there who are entirely new to vaping, CBD, or anything else. Those people, you watching, we would recommend a CBD disposable pen, such as this fine one from the good folks at Orange County CBD. CBD disposables are a great way to sample/trial the CBD vaping experience. All you need to do is take your disposable out of the packaging, remove the rubber stoppers on the end, and just start puffing away. There's pretty much never going to be a button on the disposable device because they're always drawer activated, meaning you just puff on it to use it. A really nice feature about the Orange County disposable CBD range is that they're actually rechargeable, which is fairly unheard of in disposable vapes. But in the unlikely situation that you're puffing away on this, the battery poops out on you, and you do see you've still got some CBD liquid in there, don't worry, that's not going to be wasted. You can just plug this in via micro USB and get a few more puffs. Vaping CBD is a really great way to see the effects of cannabidiol and other legal cannabis extracts on the human body, and a CBD disposable is a really great way to dip your toes into that CBD ocean without making the initial plunge of investment. We hope you've enjoyed this introduction to some of the more important aspects of CBD vaping, but We appreciate CBD is a deep subject and there are still a lot of questions to answer. We couldn't possibly answer all of them right now, but we have taken some of the more popular questions we've received from some of our friends, and we would like to sort of address them if we can and give you a better understanding of where you should go in the future. First up is, what CBD dosage should I take? Well, honestly, that is kind of down to you. We would recommend, first of all, speak to your GP. Speak to a medical personnel who can give you some good advice about how CBD can work in conjunction with whatever medications you're currently taking and how it's likely to affect your current condition or ailment. However, if you're doing this for yourself, we would recommend start small and find your sweet spot. Get a CBD liquid that's not too strong. Use it. If it's not strong enough, maybe increase the dosage. Find your comfortable level, and at that point, you know you're good to go. It's a bit of a personal journey, and vaping is never one size fits all. Another question today, what is the difference between isolates, full spectrum, and broad spectrum? Isolate extraction just takes pure cannabidiol from the cannabis/hemp plant. It is an absolutely pure extract that is always going to be uniformly strong every single time, often making it good for people who want to be brewing up their own liquids and want to absolutely know exactly how strong it's going to be every single time. Broad/full spectrum instead takes everything it legally can from the cannabis/hemp plant. So you're getting the CBD, you're also maybe getting a few other things such as essential oils and terpenes, maybe even trace levels of THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, which of course is the illegal compound. However, it will pretty much always be less than 0.3%, so not psychoactive and not an illegal amount. Next question, what is the difference between CBD and CBG? Good question. CBG is actually a slightly newer extract, which more and more people are looking into. Now, CBD is short for cannabidiol, an extract from the cannabis plant, which has a myriad of applications, mostly relating to inflammatory issues such as muscle aches, joint pains, and as we talked about, some people believe anxiety, sleep issues, that kind of issue. CBG is short for cannabigerol, a different extract from the cannabis plant, which some people believe has a less rounded and more direct approach to certain issues, such as sleep issues and appetite stimulation. There are also some out there as well that say it can be quite useful for treating migraine headaches. So you're going to find, again, it is anti-inflammatory, but CBG is a little bit more direct, whereas CBD is a bit more, an all-rounder, a jack of all trades. We hope some of these questions have been informative, and we appreciate we can't answer everything today. So don't hesitate to contact us or your local vape store to get some more information on CBD and how it can help you. And let us stress again, do talk to a medical professional, your GP or someone like that, because they are going to be able to give you the very best advice on what you can use in conjunction with your current medication and any ailments you're currently experiencing. We thank you for watching today's CBD Roundup, and we are excited by the future of CBD. It was a very niche thing just a couple years ago, and these days it is incredibly widespread. Our own family members are using CBD to treat their personal conditions, and we think it may be just the thing that you need. Please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got some excellent new vaping content coming up in the very near future, and have a great day, guys.